As we know, Chinese President Xi Jinping is on his visit to the United States. One of the most important topics is agriculture. So what is your expectations on his visit, and also how do you evaluate the agricultural cooperation between the two countries in recent years?
Well, certainly President Xi has been a strong proponent of promoting agriculture, and I think it's a wonderful opportunity for President Obama and President Xi to have a conversation about the need for China to essentially synchronize its regulatory system with the rest of the world in terms of innovation. And I know the President is quite interested in encouraging and increasing innovation in Chinese agriculture. We think a science-based, risk assessment-based regulatory system would be helpful. I would characterize our relationship in agriculture as a close and important one. We are the two largest producers of agricultural products in the world. We obviously have a very strong trading relationship with each other, and we have learned from each other.
And also, as we know, President Xi led an agriculture delegation from China to Iowa in 1985, and he visited lots of farms and factories. So from technology aspect, how the two countries strengthen cooperation?
Well, first of all, let me say that Iowans are quite proud of the visit the President made before he became President, and certainly appreciated his recent visit to Iowa. The home that he stayed in 1985 is now a museum honoring his presence in Iowa. In terms of innovation, it really is about making sure that we have multiple opportunities to communicate. Researchers in this country talking to researchers in China, farmers in this country talking to farmers in China, policymakers talking to one another, and presidents of each country talking about agricultural innovation. That's the reason why we put together the strategic dialogue. It's an opportunity for those kinds of conversations to take place. We have a very strong trading relationship. It can be even stronger.
As we know, the SAID takes place this month. What are the highlights, and also what kind of achievement will be made this month?
Well, the dialogue is an important opportunity for us to begin at a very technical level to have additional communication. We find that communication with our Chinese counterparts leads to better collaboration, and better collaboration ultimately leads to promoting innovation in both the United States and in China, which in turn will help Chinese producers, Chinese consumers, as well as U.S. producers and consumers. So it's an opportunity for us to have a more detailed conversation about steps that we can collectively take to improve innovation in agriculture.
In future, what kind of role does agriculture play in U.S.-China relationship?
Well, I think it's critically important. I think if we're going to have a collaborative effort on climate change, for example, there's a good place to start in agriculture. There's a shared responsibility and a shared opportunity. I think the opportunity on food waste that I mentioned earlier is a significant opportunity as well, to use that as a way of dealing with global food security. The reality is, if we could save all the food that's being wasted today, we would have enough food to feed over 800 million people, which is roughly equivalent to the number of food insecure people that live in the world today. So there's a tremendous opportunity there. I think we will see more collaboration and more innovation being adopted in China and with the U.S. Because of this close relationship, more researchers having an opportunity to work with each other, farmers collaborating with each other and communicating. It is really ultimately about the major responsibility that we have to feed our own people and to feed the people around the world.